welcome back to session 11 of the 2023 Masters World Cup. I'm going to zoom out because we've got a big session about to commence. They're being directed around the room. That's fine.
Okay. Competing today in the 49 kilo class, representing Malaysia, is Dylan. In the 55 kilo class, representing New Caledonia, Andrea Asia. In the 59 kilo class, we have 4 athletes representing New Zealand, Christina McGill. Also representing New Zealand, Nina Malhotra. Representing Australia, Tony Lane. And representing New Zealand, Lavata Jennings. In the 64 kilo class, representing New Zealand, Odette Smith. Representing Australia, Monica Enders. Representing New Zealand, Lindsay Wharekura. And finally, representing Australia, Jackie Honeywood.
So that is our lineup.
Thank you, ladies. You can take yourselves back up the back.
So they will meander their way backstage. I will zoom over to the scoreboard so you can have a quick look at what's happening there. And I will just go back to the backstage camera because you can also see what's happening out the back there as well.
Here they are. It's also flat for them. I know it's the athletes that impress us, but it's the TOs that make it happen. So, referees for this session, please welcome Paul Gilbert, Michelle Willits, and Gloria Tussey. And as far as it goes for women in sport, how cool is that we have an all-female officiating referees? It's pretty cool. Our technical controller for this session is Johan Handel. And our marshal for this session is Bob Grieve.
So those are our technical officials for that session. We will just jump out to the back room. They are quickly having a warm-up. We have approximately 5.5 minutes. I am joined in commentary by Dr. Daryl Tong. God, you just told me 2 seconds ago. We've just been outside having a chat, and I just told Daryl how scatterbrained I am right now. But Daryl is our team or our event doctor for this weekend. We thank you for your time and committing, I guess, your expertise to this event. It's much appreciated. I do know Pip got an email from you saying, I'm happy to be, and Pip's like, oh my God, we're on a winner here.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure, and I know you're wearing a billion hats as well, so thank you for what you're doing, and absolutely an honour and a privilege to just give back to a fantastic sport.
Yeah, so there's a lot of moving parts here this weekend, and one of them is that it's a Masters event, and we want to make sure that our Masters are safe, especially if we were to have an event of an emergency or a potential injury or something like that. And I know you've already been busy a little bit. Not that we like to be busy, but it's important to have you here. So that's your scoreboard. Me and Daryl will be back shortly. I will take this opportunity just to thank our sponsors, who we are supported by. So supported by Auckland Unlimited, Major Events logo. I'll just do the Major Events logo because it's not popping up on there. I'll come back with it. major events. There you go, newzealand.com. They've been massive supporters of this. Lion Foundation, North and South Trust were helping us with the venue. Aotearoa Gaming Trust, TAB, with the weights and barbells. Sheik and Raise Lower, Matt and Raise Lower have been exceptional sponsors of our sport over the past years. And he's been out the front selling Sheik belts. I've seen a few new Sheik belts floating around. The packaging for him, Beer Tidy Kiwi, Torpedo 7 and Pure Athletic, which is all of our shirts. I'm going to put you into the holding screen because we have approximately 6 minutes 45 and we will be back with the first lift of session 11 of the 2023 Masters World Cup. welcome back. I am in the commentary team. My name is Richie Patterson. I am a man of many things this weekend, but number one, I am on the commentary team and the live stream. I am joined by Daryl Tong, Dr. Daryl Tong, who's our team or our event doctor for the weekend, and you are joining in with session 11, which is the last women's session for the day, with the women's 50, 49, 55, 59 and 64. There's a bit of action happening. We'll go out to the back room real quickly, so I can go cam to. So that's going to be the athlete waiting seats. There's not a lot of athletes waiting, so I don't know who's coming, but we will go back to here. Takes us a little second to get into our workflow. The men's awesome. The men's is on Facebook. Okay, so if you're wanting to watch the men's session, you need to go to the Weightlifting New Zealand Facebook. We did have some issues with dual streaming through the Weightlifting New Zealand YouTube channel, but we are on the Weightlifting New Zealand Facebook page as well. So you can open that up in a separate browser and you can watch both events. In the meantime, let's go to the main platform because we are ready to go with Rata Jennings. First attempt, 35 kilos. And that's a beautiful start for Rata. And a good lift.
So that was a good lift. She lifted that off the ground in what? 0. Good timing. We're going to 36 for these loaders. 36
So
to Christina, her first attempt.
that was a good lift. I don't know why my slow-mo is not coming in. Let's have a little play. I'm going to pause that for a second. Here's Christina McGill, first attempt, 36 kilos. Okay, so we've got a couple of things. Sorry, my slow-mo replay was taking forever. So I'm just going to go to Rata Jennings' first snatch. Now we heard a big buzzer go just as she took it off the ground. So she took it off the ground literally as the clock hit 0. So that means it's still a good lift. So she was very lucky, almost timed out. And subsequently we had Christina McGill come out for her first attempt. Rata was making direct eye contact with me saying, am I allowed to put it down? So she was. In the meantime, let's quickly go back to the scoreboard so everyone can see what's going on. And we have Christina out the back. And we also have Mina coming to the platform. So Mina has 38 kilos listed for her opening attempt. Here comes Mina, first attempt. Mina's exceptionally powerful as an athlete, so you're going to see this move very quickly. Stand up. Good work, and she's on the board. Sorry about that, everyone at home. Sorry, Daryl, I just yelled in your ear. I actually coach Mina.
I knew you had a vested interest.
I tell Mina to be very patient over the knee, so that's what we just saw. I also tell Mina to hold her catch position, so that's what we saw.
Yeah.
And then I also had to yell at Mina to stand up because you won't get given it until you straighten your knees out.
Definitely.
Well done, Mina. You're in the competition.
Definitely.
Okay, so we're going to come out of that and we're going to go to Christina. Christina McGill, second attempt, 39. Oh, really powerful. Oh, good lift. How's your eye, Daryl? Like, do you feel like you've been in the sport for how long?
Only 2 years. I'm a total newbie at this.
Yep. So, how's your understanding of, I guess, the technical aspects of it?
Very rudimentary at best, thank you very much. I would like to get better at this, and I am studying some rules and regulations and trying to get myself more familiar with this.
Yeah.
I'm very lucky in the way that I've got some very good coaches behind me, and big shout out to Callum Helms and Mark White. But as you know, as in the sport, it's one big community. And I've got a lot of club members who also give me lots of advice and patiently explaining to me why something works and why something doesn't work, or why something got a red light and why something got a white light.
Yeah, that's part of the learning process of weightlifting. Who have we got? We've got Lindsay in for her first attempt, 40 kilos. Oh, good extension through the middle. Yeah. She's got the mount support team here.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a real good purchase through the middle of her hip. Like, I think we'll go to the slow-mo. You'll be able to see that. Just nice chest position. That extension, she gets good violent extension across the waist. Good position. Again, I think this is her first time representing New Zealand in the Masters. Wow. Fern, which is really cool to see. Okay, here we have Rata for her second attempt. Successful with her first. Oh, good lockout.
Wow.
Yep. Beautiful. Well done, Rata. I was just out back talking to her in Araha before. There's a lot of nerves. So it's great to see her come out here and just nail this.
Hello.
I was talking to a few people in the weeks leading into this about major event catastrophizing everything. So the closer you get, the more your I guess the anxiety curve heightens about, oh, I'm getting there, I'm getting closer, and then, oh, my knee hurts, oh, I've got a sore foot, oh, I'm so busy with work, oh, family commitments. Like, you catastrophize that. You potentially might give yourself an exit strategy of not performing well or not needing to turn up. So it's quite a common thing, and everybody does it.
Well, it is a big comp.
It is a big comp. There's a big stage.
Yeah.
Big lights. We're just waiting for Mina. Mina is on stage. She's just chalking up. This is Mina's second attempt, 41. Successful with their first. Stand. Gets a really good lift for Mina. And 3 white light success.
Nice.
Mina is a character, to say the least. Mina makes coaching entertaining.
I bet. She looks like someone who'd be a character.
She tells it how it is. That's the best way to describe. Mina's going to come back and watch this.
No doubt.
So, we've been working on that lockout because Mina's, as we described, she has exceptionally stable joints, which I called restricted mobility, but she calls it exceptional stability.
Well, that's a new description I'll borrow.
She was doing strongman training and a little bit of powerlifting. So
that would explain her musculature.
Yeah.
Very well defined upper body, isn't it?
Lots of rhythm work over the past year.
Okay.
And plyometric work, like getting her dynamic. So here comes Christina. This is Christina's third, 42 kilos. Oh, not quite. she put lots of effort into it, but just never quite got that bar into the correct position. She rapidly came on. It didn't. That right arm just didn't quite get to lock out, and subsequently can't bear the weight overhead. You've got to get your structure under the bar. To pretty heavy, 43 kilos. So go to Bunnings. It says 2-person lift for that one. So here we have our athlete from Malaysia, Istri Lim from Malaysia. Malaysia is a really strong lifting country in the Commonwealth. Multiple Commonwealth champions, every Commonwealth Games coming out of Malaysia. Oh, beautiful.
Oh, wow.
That's technical proficiency there. Just almost spot on. Just balance, rhythm, structure. It's a great first lift.
Do you find having longer limbs sometimes a disadvantage, or just a different type of lifting?
I don't have that disadvantage because I don't have long limbs.
Neither do I.
I'm guessing that wasn't a personal question.
Well, it could be.
I don't know. It's always a difficult one because people have said, oh, short limbs are beneficial, but then you see lifters coming out of Eastern Europe, Poland, for example, that have produced multiple Olympic champions.
Yes.
That went like a rocket, but I think the elbows, yeah. I think if we have a look at this on the slow-mo, we'll see why the elbows just land and then straighten. And that's what the referee saw. She got one white, which might have been the referee on the far side. Certainly going to have to come back and have a chat. We can have a look out the back. We're having a chat out the back. Hayley having a good chat. There we go. Giving the wise words. Maybe calm down, slow down, have a seat, sit down. That's the first thing you say.
So if you keep your elbows, even if they're slightly bent and the elbows stay in that position, can that sometimes be given a weight?
Oh, it's a difficult one because if you've got a good look out and then sometimes occasionally you don't lock it out, the referees know that you've got a good lock out.
Yep.
And I'm going to come back to the front camera because they'll make their way up there. Here comes Lindsay. So you're trying to be sneaky. You're trying to take advantage of a rule if you do that as such. I've done that and got away with it, but here's Lindsay, third attempt. The strength isn't an issue, it's just locking it in. That's a good correction. I think that'll be fine. Yes. Apologies, I'm on the slow-mo still, aren't I? Yes, I am. So I'm going to click into this. Sorry, everybody. Didn't realise I had it on the slow-mo the whole time.
You can blame me for that one.
You distracted me.
Yeah, obviously.
Yes. So that was Lindsay's final. Oh, you really distracted me. I didn't switch that in time at all. I'm really sorry, everybody. Okay, I've got to get my workflow going better. Okay, here we have Andrea from New Caledonia, first attempt, 45 kilograms. Oh, good bottom position. That's a good first attempt. Good hip extension. Just mobility galore.
It's not an issue, is it? What's your thoughts on the so-called Aster grass?
Aster grass?
Yep.
Like squatting?
Yep. And that catching position right down.
I'll just watch this and now maybe have a chat. Rata Jennings, third attempt. She looked great on her first two. Oh, beautiful. Oh, good save. Oh, did that go forward on her? Oh, majority decision. She's got it. She had it in such a good position and then just left it drifting forward ever so slightly. Let's have a look. Like she nails this first lockout there and then the shoulders drift up there and it just made it hard for her. She had to fight. But certainly no press, but just wobbly. And she's been given the lift, so pretty good. Mina's coming out for her final. So Mina's 2 from 2. This is 45 kilos. This is a big lift for Mina. Being coached by Karen McTaggart today out the back. Mina's just making sure that she goes through range of motion. Just showing everybody that she can squat it if she wanted to. Well done, Mina. That was a good overhead squat. Snatch into overhead squat. Let's see if I can get that on her. So didn't quite get it to lock out. Then presses it out. I told you she's very strong.
Yep.
And then proceeds to show everybody that I can go below parallel if this was a CrossFit competition.
That's a lot of strength, isn't it?
So this is Mina's first time representing New Zealand as well. So I'm just glad that she's here and pulling on the suit. And jump out of there because we have SC back. Good work. I'm going to get you to calm your foot down because it's making my camera go around.
No, it's the excitement.
It's alright, he's good. Okay, we're just going to have a quick check-in with the scoreboard. Everybody at home, who's watching, please? Says there's a whole bunch here. Where are you watching from? If you've got any questions for us on the live stream, throw them at us, please, because our goal is to help you have an enjoyable viewing experience. You are watching session 11 of the 2023 Masters World Cup. Looks like the stream is running pretty healthy. It says it's healthy. We're here. We started yesterday. It's been a busy couple of days already. We're just waiting on Andrea. Andrea's second attempt. Remember, if you're watching the live stream, they can see your comments. So if you're supporting someone, let them know. Beautiful rhythm. Just again, she generates so much opportunity for herself because she has that bottom position mobility. It's a long, long way. But she seems quite comfortable down there. She's not struggling with that position. Okay. So so good. That's great lifting. Rhythm, position, spot on. God, I'm struggling to keep up with how fast these ladies are coming out to the platform. Can't get much better than that. That's textbook. Really kept balance. Main thing I like to talk about in weightlifting is the focal point and how well you can retain a focal point. So through that whole lift, you could see her head was really balanced, not throwing it back and throwing it forward under the bar. And that just allows her to receive in like a balanced position, you'd say. So, individuals that struggle to bear weight overhead, you see them throwing their head around with their body. And like any sport, gymnastics, on the sports field, the rugby field, if you're into rugby, the best players are the ones that have really good control of what they're looking at and how the head controls the body.
Right.
So it's a weird thing that such a simple thing like having a solid focal point in weightlifting can make a big difference.
Right.
Here's Monica. Oh, Monica's good too. Good work, Monica. Not mucking around at all, just on the bar. These lifters, they've all got the same coach. I'll see him at the back. He's obviously doing a fantastic job. Just trying to get the slow-mo. There we go. Again, just another individual that's just so confident with their bottom squat position. Okay, here we have Andrea on her third. Say she's worked that deep squat position for her first two. Oh. Just slightly forward. So close. You were saying just before, what's my thoughts on the deep squat, ass to grasp? It's an individual thing. If you're comfortable and you've got the mobility, you'll find a lot of people, if they've had exposure to mobility through their life, that's not an issue. I've never had an issue with squatting, but I look back on my athlete trajectory, you'd say, and one of my first things that I did as an athlete was I was a wicket keeper in cricket. I played representative cricket as a wicket keeper, so for years and years I was in a squat position with my torso high. So here's Odette. First attempt for Odette Smith, representing New Zealand, 53 kilos. She's obviously had a good warm-up out back because this is a good opener for Odette. Good work, Odette. Bit of a quick fist pump. Odette has been doing so much. So Odette has been our relationship manager with our sponsors out the front for the past couple of days. She's been pulling some big hours for us. So that's a really good lift. Odette does a lot for our sport. I also happen to coach Odette. I've got Cam out the back looking after her for the time being.
You have quite an illustrious stable, don't you?
Of Masters women.
Yeah.
Seems to be. It's quite interesting. I'll just quickly get Monica because Monica's coming out like a rocket. She's really making light work of everything. Just looks super confident with her lifting abilities, which is a battle in itself. Is that when you have confidence like this, competing's quite easy. Great position. She will carry a lot of confidence into her last lift.
For a change, 54 remains on the bar, but the call is now with Monica.
So, yeah, as I mentioned, I studied to be a coach. That's my main thing. Coaching, pedagogy, skill of teaching.
Nice.
Wanted to be an Olympic coach, which I have been privileged to be. Take Cam and Kana to the Olympics in Tokyo. But majority of my athletes are Masters women weightlifters, and majority of weightlifting in New Zealand at the moment is women's weightlifting. It's huge in the sport. These sessions, like we're sitting here right now, the massive women's session.
No, it's very, very heartening to see.
Odette's coming up onto stage now. Her family's in the audience. Her daughter's watching this. It's like important things like this that empower people to think that this is quite normal, right?
Yep.
To represent your country. Get on stage, put yourself out there, challenge yourself. Important stuff. Second attempt, 56. Oh, that's good too. She's happy with that. 2 from 2. It took off on her a little bit. The competition nerves get Odette through quite a bit. That's a great pull, heaps of height. Just lands on her. That right arm was working hard, but it didn't move. And that's what you're looking for. She's pretty chuffed about it.
Yeah, that smile alone is worth it, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. All that hard work and training, you just want to pay it off. Okay, here we have Monica. Zoom out a smidgen for Monica. There we go. Monica is 3 from 3. She will be really happy with that. Succession of lifts. Talked about before you're down in a club. Just let us know a little bit more about your introduction to weightlifting, I guess. So you're at Otago Weightlifting?
I am, under the tutelage of Mark White and Callan Helms. And as I said before, very new at this, so still appreciating all the camaraderie and the novelty of it all.
Great spot to be in. Just watching Monica's live stream slow-mo right now. It's the best way to learn weightlifting is to watch, and that's a great example of how to lift.
Yep.
Okay, here we have Tony, first attempt 57. Oh, Tony is a rocket. Woo! Wow. Kapow. It's crazy speed. That's when you've been born with the fast twitch muscle fibers, yeah?
Look at that.
That's a slow-mo.
Jeepers.
Yeah, that extension, that power. It's something gifted with that muscle fiber. She'll be pretty happy with that kind of opening attempt as well. So we're going to zoom out of this quickly. And we've got Jackie Honeywoods from Australia also lining up. First attempt, 57. They're literally filing out on the platform. Oh, she's just as powerful. Wow. Jackie.
What are they feeding them over there?
I don't know. It's a kangaroo. I don't know if that's allowed. Are you allowed it? Crocodile, maybe?
Yeah, you can. It tastes like fishy chicken.
It's just really good line. Oh, I've got elbow envy. Those are beautiful lockout. Super confident. Little fist pump and away we go.
Okay, so this is a New
Okay, so we're going to zoom out. I'll go back to the scoreboard. That's it. We're getting through this reasonably quickly. Go back to the main platform because Odette is ready, because this is a record attempt for Odette, Oceania. She's looked good in her first two. The power's there. It's just putting it in the right spot. 58 kilos, third attempt. Well done, Odette. That's good. She's pretty happy about that. And so she should be.
I think she was staring straight at you.
Yeah, she was. It's last week. Oh, this isn't going well. Oh no, this is the end of the world. Yeah, it's I'm gonna find her slow-mo. It's quite like I was talking about catastrophizing. Odette, we had 2 max sessions, like your final couple of weeks we're in like high intensity phase, and Odette's been missing 56 and 57, and then you nail 58 like this. You'll see her just turn her eyes or her head towards us. There you go. The glance towards the live stream area. That's right, Richie. I did it.
And the big smile.
Well done, Odette. That's great lifting. She'll be stoked with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got Tony coming back on.
Try not to blink.
Yeah, she's a rocket. She's so powerful through the middle. So maybe control that power. Oh, yeah. I thought that might have been the case.
Right.
Because it gets there so quick that it's actually quite hard to lock it all in. It's like a blessing and a curse at the same time, being so powerful. Just whammo, bar takes off in and then back out so quickly. She's going to have to place that slightly further back. She gets an opportunity to correct it though. She's having a good time. Okay, I like Jackie. She was equally as powerful with really good overhead structure. So let's see how she goes on her second. Oh man.
Wow.
So good. She just has a really good line about her extension. Like, we just see it drive and then no deviation off the hip. It just carries on that line. It's like to talk weightlifting's like a big game of Jenga with 60 odd kilos, right? You're on that final tilting piece of Jenga and you've got to land that last piece perfectly on top or it topples. So that's, and she just put that last piece right on top. Okay, can Tony make a correction? You've got to place it slightly further back. Oh, she did, but it didn't quite hit structure. That was a better, like she made a good correction on that. She did get it that slightly further back. I think it was that left shoulder just didn't, yeah.
Oh.
Left shoulder came forward. And it goes back out the front. Not to be. She knew how close that one was. I think we were going to see a big clean jerk from Tony. She's that strong. Okay, we're back to our last one. Jackie's got the last say of the competition. 63 kilos being loaded on the bar. I don't think Jackie's going to have an issue with this. So this is a whole load of records. Masters, Oceania, Commonwealth and World Cup record.
Let's go, Jack, come on.
Lots of support here for it. She's an athlete. Wasn't as clean as her previous, but still 3 white lights and 3 records. Your Oceania, Commonwealth and Masters World Cup record. Let's have a quick look at this last lift. This was the last snatch of this session. She left it just a little bit further forward that time, which made that lockout a little bit more precarious, but still success.
Still very powerful, isn't she?
Yeah. All right, let's have a look at the scoreboard. That is your snatches from session 11. That's a good looking colour.
And not many reds there.
And the fact that everybody kind of started to hit the reds on their last lifts mean it gives everyone an opportunity to hit PBs or bests or records, and yeah. So and that builds momentum for the second half of the comp as well.
Right.
We do have a little bit of a break, but before I do that, I will just do a massive shout out to our supporters. Okay, we've got Auckland Unlimited, Major Events New Zealand. Oh, I've got to get them real quickly. Raise Lower, Pure Athletic, Torpedo 7. Gosh, we've got a whole lot of Lion Foundation, North and South Trust. Lots of people came in and supported this event. It's been a massive, massive setup. We'll give you a quick look around. So we currently have the women's session in play. That's the live stream playing on a big screen over there, so everyone gets to see the replays too. The men's session on this side. We've gone for the light and dark contrast. Oh god, you have no idea how much I love this.
It's a work of art. It really is, Richie.
The tohu behind the platform is that of the hammerhead, which signifies strength and determination, with a sprinkle of aggression. The hammerhead shark that has perfect representation of weightlifting, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, we're going to throw you into the holding screen for the next 8 minutes, and we will be back with the clean and jerks of the women's session 11 very shortly. Go get an early evening hot chocolate. Oh, it's only 3:50. I thought it was later than that. We will be back with you in approximately 8 minutes. let's go. We're out in the back room, but we're back live. Welcome. You're with Richie Patterson, Daryl Tong, Dr. Daryl Tong. We can just have a scan around. We're about to go live again. We're in the final few seconds. That was an amazing snatch session. We've got such talent. So that's your clean and jerk, and we're going to go to the main platform because Christina McGill is ready to go. She's ready to go faster than my phone is.
Yeah, there's no mucking about.
Power check.
Wow.
In and get out. There you go. Christina was making me rush super quick to set up my slow-mo. So let's get into that as quickly as possible. There we go.
Power jerking not very common?
Oh, we're seeing a lot of it in this event, so it's an easier technique to teach someone that is new to the sport, obviously, and if you want to progress them into a competition comfortably, then it's a technique that we can utilise.
Okay.
It makes it so when you're doing the reason we do a split jerk is to increase our foundation.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're thinking of any structure, it's based on its foundation. So we increase the width and length of our foundation means we can bear more load generally.
Yep.
I'm going to come out of this because Rata will get talking about that shortly.
Yeah.
Here's Rata, first attempt. And Rata's into it. No problem there. Everyone's coming out too quickly for me. Getting into my workflow. I think I do a little bit of a zoom there. Yeah, I did. Zoom in, zoom out.
Bang, look at that.
Good elbows. So Rata is pretty new. She's done, I think, one club comp, and this is straight into international competition.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you, guys. The bar is now weighed at 45 kilos for Christina's second attempt.
So a quick start to the competition. I'm going to get rid of that because Christina is ready to go. And that's another good lift there.
We are tightening.
Big dip. Drives it super high. She's got to get it so high though when you don't incorporate, like if you're incorporating a power, she might have to find herself into a lower squat position to get this next lift because it's starting to push the limits of elevation.
Yeah, and she's very long-limbed.
Yes, we were just talking briefly about momentum and apex over the break, which is effectively what you're doing when you're doing a jerk as well, is you're extending through the torso, so ankles, knees, hip, and that transfers that drive to the barbell on the front of the shoulders, on the front rack position, and then once you've hit extension, basically the barbell's got momentum. It's going to elevate, and it depends on how strong you are and how much force you can generate, depends on the elevation of the barbell. The second thing that the athletes are doing is when they dip and they hit the bottom of their dip, and if they're strong and capable, they can hit the brakes hard and it creates oscillation on the barbell.
Right.
And that oscillation, that bend, is potential energy on the barbell, which you then drive and try and match, and that creates momentum. So here's Rata. And that's a good lift. She's having a good day. She's very talented. It's
I think the whole group is very
But,
talented.
yeah,
Real-
beautiful line. Just and split position. Takes the front foot a little bit wider, which creates width as well as length. Might have been a little bit forward because you dragged the back foot in pretty quick.
Right.
But overall, pretty good. Beautiful bar drop. Stabilizes it. And we're out of here.
Oh,
I thought that might have been the case. I think I talked about that on the previous lift. It was that she was going to have to get that super high.
that's a lot of weight.
Yeah. So barbell is being changed. It gives us a second to look at the scoreboard. This competition's been moving very quickly and it makes my workflow juggling.
I think they're doing that deliberately to you.
Oh. A lot of these athletes come from a CrossFit background and they just don't like to sit still. Like the clock starts running, they think it's like I've got to get out there and I've got to put it above my head because there's a clock. Here's Mina. This is Mina's first attempt. I love how Mina's just confirming her positions.
Is that something you've been drilling into?
I've been trying to drill them into him, yes. Hit that front foot, hold it, make sure that front foot helps lock in those elbows. But she's being very diligent.
And obedient. It's lovely.
So she locks it in. She's been working so hard on that structure. Like I said, Mina has come from a strength background, which makes for, as in Mina's words, very stable joints. I called it a lack of mobility. But Mina confirmed to me that she just has good joint stability. She's doing bloody well. Well done, Mina. What's happening out in the back room? So
Back to Rata.
I come back to the main platform because she's coming out very quickly. Oh, goes for a bit of a walk. Referees, no lift. I think we'll see that was a little bit to do with her lockout. So if I just click this, just having a look, I think it might be the left arm. Oh, a bit of both, that one. Goes for a dance with 50 plus kilos above your head. Okay, so bar is loaded for Lindsay. Lindsay at 52 kilos. This is Lindsay's first. Oh, great opening a lift. She will take a lot of confidence from that. No mucking around. She's out of here. So, good line, short dip, which gives a good return. Good solid front foot, pushes back. She'll be pretty happy with that first opener. Back on the main platform because we have Mina in her second, 53. Oh, good jerk. She's doing really well.
She moves into current first place for her weight class. We are going to do
How do you coach your athletes about the dip?
It's a good question. I like to talk about a position that is productive to return. So we all have angles that depends on your limb lengths, but if you dip, your muscle versus your limb length will have a certain angle that it's getting quite sciencey. I get it.
No, it's all good.
But we have, if I was to say, do a short jump and get as high as you can, you'll naturally go to a depth that you can return from with force.
Yes.
But if you go beyond those angles and the ankles and the knee and the hip, it's quite a slow return.
Yes.
So if you add load to it, I want you to try and go to that angle and return from it. The issue that we have with the jerk is that when I add weight to you, so if you get towards your max, mentally you start going, I need to do more. And when you get max weights and you say you need to do more, naturally what you want to do is go deeper.
Right.
But actually it's not productive to return. It gets pretty sciencey.
That is beautifully summarised, thank you.
Oh, Lindsay's like a rocket.
Wow.
That was better than her first, I reckon. Referees say yes. Oh, she's so quick on that clean. I might actually show her clean because her elbows come through so quick. Shoots it through.
Boom.
Comes down a little bit on rack position, not bad. Takes her time, settles her position, and then she has a nice line on her dip. Big breath, good line, doesn't come forward on it. Which allows her to drive forward on that.
And the bar doesn't come off her shoulders either.
Yeah, so she takes the bar with her. If you dip too quickly and you lose contact with that bar, then you lose the ability to create that oscillation. This is the best way to...
Right.
It can throw the bar out of rhythm. So yeah, that's how I teach a dip, is to learn to find your position of return and then try and maintain it, because as the bar gets heavier, if we try and keep our dip the same, the weight of the barbell and the rhythm of the barbell will naturally start to control your rhythm. So you've got to let the bar do work rather than you do more work.
That's a great concept.
Now, Este Lim from Malaysia has shown us in the snatches that she is a technician. And
wow,
she is a great lifter.
Yeah.
This is an example of understanding how to move your body really well. She might not be the most powerful or the strongest athlete, but she just moves around the bar, just with rhythm. So that's another whole aspect of weightlifting: strength, power, focus, ability to deliver, but then rhythm, position. It's an ultimate skill. That's why so many adults get so frustrated with it.
Oh, I bet. Everything looks under control, doesn't it?
It seems so simple, moving a bar from the ground to overhead, and then you try the sport and you're like, oh my gosh, this is immensely difficult. So, the platform's currently empty, but Mina is making her way up. Best one finish song, says Coach Cam. And he's got a good coach's lean going already.
Do they teach you that at coaching school?
It comes naturally. elbow. Well done, Mina. Not for that one, unfortunately. That was a little bit of a press out.
58. Time that one up once more.
But she'll be overall pretty happy to take to the platform. She's done very well. I challenged her to do this comp a while back. Took a bit of convincing, but she got here.
I hope she has enjoyed herself.
Yes, so I was saying how important it is for parents to provide inspiration to their family, and her family will be watching these results. Okay, we have Lindsay coming out for her third. Referees say good lift. She'll be happy. She's had a great comp.
59 kilos for his loaders. 59 kilos on the bar. The call is going to sit with Andrea. This is her first attempt.
Can we please have 94 kilos on the bar?
Really good, tidy lifting.
Andrea competing in the 55 kilo.
So many athletes representing New Zealand for the first time, and just the anxiety that goes with that. It's a very proud moment to get your first New Zealand suit. I've still got my first ever one that I got when I was 15 years old.
Oh, only yesterday.
Yeah. 25 years ago.
There you go.
Okay, here we have Andrea. She's great mobility in the snatches. Let's see if she utilises that in the clean and jerk. It'll be... So might be in for a good deep squat. Oh, good jerk.
Wow.
Those are the elbows that you want. It's almost a hyperextension of the elbow, which helps lock that in overhead, that's for sure. Just drives it to arm's length. It's really good structure. A little narrow in the split stance, which why that quick recovery had to happen. Didn't seem to cause any issues though. I do want to have a look at the scoreboard because we haven't even had the chance to do that yet. Here's Monica's lining up out the back at the moment as we speak. Lots of green on that scoreboard.
It's possibly the best session I've seen.
It's been great. Like, technically, everybody is executing so well. Okay, let's go to the main platform because Monica's ready to go. And it's an easy first lift for Monica. Just trying to get that slow-mo of Monica ready to go. It's all a bit manual. For those that don't know, I am on, or for those that want to know, I'm on OBS, which is Open Broadcast Software, which is kind of my way of doing things easily. But it also means that all of these slow-mos are actually just my iPhone plugged into my computer, and you can see that I can just go back. Oh, we're going cross because I'm going to miss a lift. ST working a little harder for that clean. Oh, beautiful jerk. So good. Oh. So that was a Masters World Cup record. We've got a whole bunch of records up for grabs here. How was the audio at home? Are we still coming through nice and clean for everybody? Hopefully you're enjoying this footage. How does the slow-mos look at home? Is that a clear picture for you? Seems to be all working pretty smoothly from this end. Dr. Daryl Tong sitting next to me. It's been wonderful having your insight, new to the sport. I do enjoy listening to individuals and how you are introduced to the sport, and I guess your experiences, your early experiences, which are 2 years into it.
Yeah. Well, it's been an absolute privilege. One thing I've certainly noticed is the camaraderie and the support that everyone shows. As I was saying to you earlier, people just understand when you're having a bad day and celebrate your successes very willingly.
It's especially the masters community. Like it's not an easy sport.
Hell no.
And, the masters community. That's why we wanted to do something special for this event, because the masters community gives so much to the sport. Refereeing, event setups, right through to governance even, right? Because there's so many things that masters do for sport. So we deserve, if not, to give them the best platform to compete on, which is the aspirations of this weekend. Andrea, second attempt. Oh, so good overhead. She kept a bit more width that time, so she didn't have to do that quick stutter to recover.
Right.
It's very good getting your front foot out, which is what a lot of coaching cues are, front foot. But if you go narrow, you're on tightrope. You don't have foundation on tightrope. So not only do you want length, you want width.
So do you coach your right foot going out a little bit on an angle?
So I always struggled. That's beautiful, Jack. I always struggled with my length on my front foot.
Okay.
But length doesn't have to come from distance forward. You can also generate length from width. Right?
Yep.
Here's our super technician, Esty. She's so good to watch. Didn't quite get the timing of that. I gave her the commentary curse. As I was saying, she's so good, and it just that was a timing issue there. We'll just see this. She dipped and drove it, and she didn't get the timing of the jerk right, which it just left her in kind of receiving the bar before it hit apex.
So it wasn't a strength issue.
It was a rhythm thing, I think. Let's have a quick watch. We should have time to see this. So she just kind of here, and then she came high there rather than dropping down. So she didn't give any space to lock that in.
Right.
So the strength was fine because she got it overhead, right? So she just didn't quite get that same retraction of the body down after what she had done in her previous lifts.
Well, that's a shame.
Great watching though. It was great to watch her lift. Here's Andrea. Third attempt. Andrea's looked good too. Oh, that left elbow on that one, unfortunately. Referees say, yeah, we saw that. So I'll take this opportunity just to go through some of the things that I would be looking at. So first thing, when we're doing a clean, I usually coach people to have a little bit of a slightly higher eye position because it coaches the chin to be up. which then coaches your mid-spine, your thoracic spine, to promote itself a little higher.
Okay.
So that's going to help you with your rack position, and beautiful. See how she lifts her eyes up here?
Yeah.
Helps her drive out but not fold forward. But then when you go to do jerks, you don't want a high eye position because it coaches the chin up, but you want the chin slightly forward and down.
Right.
So you'll see the eyes come down. We're going to come out of that because Tony is ready to go. Beautiful.
Whoa.
Super strong.
Wow.
I always love the first one when you don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's like unwrapping a Christmas present.
I think both of us were stunned for that one.
Unwrapping your first Christmas present of the year, right? It's like, what are we going to get? And then that's like your favourite. You're like, you've been hoping for something all year, and then you get a power jerk for the first one like that.
Well, that was certainly a treat.
I was expecting something different, and then all of a sudden, kapow, you got the power jerk. So high. So high.
That's a lot of strength, isn't there?
Beautiful lift. So we're going to drop out of that because Monica is not wasting any time. She's happy.
I think she might be the happiest competitor here.
She's having a great day. That's what we wanted, though, right? You have an international competition.
Yep.
You invite people to come to lift in New Zealand. You want them to lift well because that sets up your experience of the whole thing.
Certainly.
Right?
Certainly. And you were mentioning putting on a good show. Well, can I tell you, as a consumer athlete, you're putting on a good show.
It's yeah. Okay. All the Aussies walked into the warm-up room the other day and they were just like flabbergasted by the effort that we've put in. So they were.
Yeah.
I was like, that's all that matters to me.
Yep.
That's when we put on a good show.
Yeah.
And even, I guess, giving them the quality live stream. So I hope you're enjoying this at home. We've put a lot of effort into making sure that you can follow along and support your family members and friends and club. Here's Odette. First, she snatched 3 from 3. So first attempt, 68. It's a big opener.
Mm.
Didn't quite get that one. Right, she's not opening light. It wasn't a strength thing. Just really. Let's have a look what happened. Just maybe left it a little bit forward. Drive was good. Yeah, that right shoulder just didn't lock itself in.
Did her right knee buckle a wee bit?
I don't think it was a knee one. I think it was a shoulder one. Let's have a look in the back room, what's happening backstage, because I should have able to control the camera back here. There's Coach Cam. There is Odette in the zone. There we go. That's the athlete waiting area. Odette in a state of zen. Got to focus. It's hard seated position there. You're sitting there and you don't need to change anything. Like you lift and you lift and you lift and you practice and you execute and you execute. And the worst thing you can do is go backstage and think you need to change things. So actually what you need to do is just execute what you've practiced. Yeah.
Words of wisdom.
Okay, so pressure lift for Odette, 68, second lift.
Voters, can we please stand 117 kilos on the bar?
Yes.
Thank you, Lotus.
Yeah. I think that's all right. Referees say, oh, no. Wow. So here we have a high pressure situation for Odette. So she gave it heaps of petrol. Like really drove into that hard, and that meant she hit lock hard and then it unlocked. So that's sometimes, like, I've had this before. Oh, Cam's giving some good stuff back room. I want to go and see it.
Okay, thank you, Lotus. 2 minutes on the clock for Odette.
So what happened is she just gave it so much that it hit lockout and it retracts itself again. Did I miss that slow-mo? I did, didn't I? I'm going to go back there. So let's just have a quick look at that again.
Thank you, Lotus.
So Odette, she gives it absolute heaps. She gives it absolute heaps when I press play, that's for sure. There you go. Just, she hits the lock, bang, and then drops out. So it's not a strength issue. I've got all my kids sitting behind me. So Odette is waiting patiently. Mackenzie's going to hop on my legs. Sorry, I've got a family. Hey. Yeah. Okay, here comes Odette. She's moved from the seats. Okay, Odette needs this lift. She's got plenty of support. Come on, Odette. Yo, she's got it. What a lift. Oh, under pressure.
How good is that?
Oh, my heart. Oh, Odette, you're killing me here. Yeah. My daughter Mackenzie is loving this. I've just got to get it into the slow-mo, so I'm trying to multi-kill it. I've got a lot of things going on. Let's go to that. And I'm going to...
I'll take it.
Pass. Yep, there you go. Oh, multitasking galore.
I'm very impressed. Very impressed.
There you go, Odette. Mackenzie was right behind you for that lift. Cooper sitting to my left. Everybody is willing you on. What a save. What a save. Well done.
And if you're watching this later, Odette, I can tell you I almost had to resuscitate your coach.
Jeepers. That Pip hit me with 2 kids and a close bomb and everything all at once. I didn't know what to do. That's your scoreboard. We're waiting on Tony. Bar is loaded. I got my son Cooper down to my left. How you going, Coops?
Good.
Good. Here's Tony. Let's go into watch that one. Oh, she just moves so well. So strong overhead. She's pretty chuffed. She should be chuffed. Like, she is putting on an absolute demonstration. I want to watch her clean because she gets so much power through the middle. Oh, great drive. Drives out of it. Sets up. I'm going to let this, you're not in pause now. I haven't paused it, but she does take her time to settle and get a good drive overhead. Okay. Hoping we're going to get to see this jerk because Monica is ready to go.
So 71 kilos will take Monica up into first place currently with Jackie yet to open. And it will also...
Are we going to see this jerk? I didn't pause it, did I?
No, she's just taking her time. But there we go. Well, Monica's about to come.
Yep, so I'm going to zoom out of this because we want to see Monica's lift live. Monica's pumped.
Happiest lifter of the competition. Here she goes.
Oh, great clean. Oh, she does well to get out of She does well to get out of a dodgy situation there, that's for sure.
Okay, 71. This is for Tony.
So she does really well to, she hits lockout, but it just drifts back.
Boom.
Oh,
Just misses her.
good save, Monica. Well done. It's a skill in itself to get yourself out of the dodgy bits.
Less work for me to do. Wonderful.
Yes. I've got the doctor in the live stream. I don't want to lose my commentary team.
Sometimes you shouldn't be too excited about trying.
Oh, Coop, my son is giving wise advice. Sometimes you shouldn't be too excited. You've still got to keep the focus, yeah? Yeah, you got to be focused right to the end. Consistency. Okay, so consistency to approach, celebrate after.
These are wise words. Thank you, Cooper.
7 years old going on 70.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, who do we have? We've got Jackie. So Jackie was so powerful in the snatches. I reckon this is going to move pretty quickly.
Wow.
Oh, sense of relief from her.
Yep, and a new record.
It's great lifting, it's so good. So let's have a look at her jerk. She's really strong overhead. She does well because the footwork were a little bit rushed. She quickly loses, comes onto tote rope and has to quickly change, but she's so strong overhead that it doesn't really impact too much. Big sense of relief for her though. Here comes Tony Lane, third attempt, apologies. Big crowd watching. Oh, didn't quite get the elbows through on that one. Yeah.
Oh, what a character.
Yeah, too heavy, too much weight, Cooper says, and sometimes that is how the cookie crumbles in weightlifting. It's just there's a Bulgarian coach, but Abachev. He was a well-known Bulgarian coach, and he was over in America one time, and this athlete missed the weight. And all the American coaches were asked what's wrong, and they would come out with technical issues, and then they go to this Bulgarian coach, lastly, what was wrong? And he said it was just too heavy. Just too heavy, that's it. And I think that's what we just saw. It was just too heavy.
Just too heavy.
So, Jackie, second attempt, 77 kilos. Beautiful, much stronger clean. Easy work. Easy work. She's so strong in those shoulders, so stable. So I wonder what her background is in sport. Usually when I see shoulders like that, I think someone's had a background in gymnastics once upon a time, because it's so strong.
Swimming?
I'm going to say gymnastics. Maybe someone at home could confirm that. Gymnasts, they have so much time, obviously, holding positions and structure during their training that they come into weightlifting. It's not usually the leg strength is the issue for a gymnast, because it's not a range of motion for legs, the sport, but they get a bar to their shoulders. It's just like a rocket overhead.
Right.
We've got a bit of a wait. We do have the last lift, so that's your scoreboard. I'm going to go back steering because she is waiting. She's doing a great job. Very focused.
See, she's got her smartwatch still on.
Pardon?
She's got her smartwatch still on, I see.
Does she?
Yeah.
Taking her heart rate. Oh, just checking the heart rate. I had my heart rate monitor on when I was coaching at the Olympics, and I hit 160 beats per minute coaching. Yeah.
It's good for you.
God, that's yeah. Yeah, like you're just sitting there, you're so anxious. You want your all of these athletes have done so much work to get to that point, and as a coach, you just want to make sure you don't stuff up for them.
Yeah. Because
you want to make those right selections. But then they go out on stage and your heart's racing as well. So let's have a look. That's your scoreboard. We are waiting on Jackie Honeywood's last attempt. She has the last lift of the event. She's demonstrated some wonderful lifting. It's so great to see everyone at home also chipping in and just showing your support. That's what this live stream's about, because not everybody could get here. We do wish you'd come to New Zealand in the future. Here comes Jackie. This is her final. She's just off stage at the moment. Here she comes.
Lots of crowd support.
Room is dead silent. Strong clean. She's been good overhead. Let's see. She's still good overhead.
She knows it. Oh, well done. She knew.
Beautiful. And what a lift to finish on. 6 for 6 and Jackie. Records galore. Yeah, she just took her time and settled. Sets a good breath there to get that pressure through that mid-spine. Stability. Locks it in. A little bit unstable, but not enough to make the referees move their finger over. She'll be stoked with that. Well done. Double fist bump. Brilliant.
She's pretty happy.
So that is our scoreboard for today. Oh gosh, I'm getting inundated with children. My kids have come in to visit. Lovely. They all want to press every button in this computer though, so just be wary, we might drop out. But again, we will be back with the live stream for the medal ceremonies for the last two sessions, men's and women, on Facebook. Thank you so much for joining us again. We will be live for we're here till Tuesday. We've got lots more weightlifting to go, but we're going to play you out with the beautiful Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland, New Zealand. We do hope that if you're not here, that you're coming, or you'll come in the future, because we've had plenty of support from Auckland Unlimited, from newzealand.com. We want to promote New Zealand tourism specifically for masters athletes to compete and then travel. And we will be back with you tomorrow, and we will be back with you shortly with the live stream on Facebook for the medals. Jumpman out of here.